up, guys? It's Senator saying here. It's laundry day, and I'm about to give you guys my top 5 reasons if your trainer is trash, starting even with percentages. Here we go with number 5, starting now. Number 5, if your trainer has a shitty physique. Now, personally, your trainer is only 10% trash if he has a shitty physique. The reason I'm only dropping it to 10% is because knowledge is really one of the most important things about training. Yeah, you can have a great body and don't know shit about how to work somebody out, which we'll get into that a little bit later. You can be, but the knowledge factor is really big. Why this is even on my list is because so many people complain about, like, if they see a trainer in the gym, they'd be like, and he's not really in shape, they're like, well, why the fuck is he training somebody? Like, how is he a trainer? I look better than him. I should be a trainer. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not a personal trainer, and most people think I am just because of my build. I'm not. Although it's something I am working on. Just because somebody doesn't have a great physique does not mean that they can't teach you on how to do stuff properly in the gym, or at least to better your health. Now, granted, I'm a little biased towards this myself because I'm just like, it's one of them practice what you preach type situations. If you go into the doctors and the doctor tells you to quit smoking and they got a pack of cigarettes right there, well, you need to kind of like shut the fuck up. So it is one of those practice what you preach type situations. So number 5 is if your trainer doesn't have a great physique at all, that's kind of on my list of your trainer might be trash, but just by 10%. Number 4 is another one of those things that is heavily debatable, is if your trainer does not work out. This is another one of those things about how good the trainer's knowledge is, and how, honestly, if you have a really badass trainer and they have a lot of clientele, they won't find that much time for themselves to work out. But, and this is where I'm giving these guys 35% of you being trash. Majority of every trainer I know still finds time to work out, like religiously, about 5 to 6 days a week. So as much as I can understand if you have a shit ton of clientele and you can't work out, I know a bunch of trainers with a shit ton of clientele and they still find time to work out, so that's kind of a bullshit excuse. So if your trainer can't make time for themselves to work out, your trainer's some trash. Number 3. Now we're about to up the percentages. You're 75% trash from this point up, so it's only gonna get higher from here. If you need to go to your phone every time you gotta train somebody, if you can't come up with an exercise off the top of your dome, if you can't recite the references where you learn how to do everything from, if you can't physically just show somebody how to do something and you have to keep going to your phone, your trainer is some trash. Pure grain garbage. With a capital, garbage. And I'm not saying that you can't use your phone for like any form of knowledge purposes. But the thing is, knowledge base is, if you haven't realized the theme of this video, is everything when it really comes to training. If I'm training you and I keep pulling up bodybuilding.com, T Nation, or in some worst case situation, Men's Health or Women's Health, to come up with the workout routine for you, you should be very, very cautious about having me as a trainer. Because that means that I'm just going off the internet and getting stuff and you're paying me for this. But this actually gets me to point number 2. We are on point number 2. Point number 2 really grinds my gears. This is 85% trash trainer. This is why I've told you guys in the past that when you get a trainer, before you even put any money down, watch them train their clients. Watch them train 3 different people. Make sure all 3 of these people, at least 2 out of the 3 of them, have to be a different sex. They have to have a different body type, and they have to have different goals. Why? Because if you catch yourself with a trainer that's going to train you the same way they trained the last guy, you are fucked. And this I can't put enough emphasis on. If you have a woman who is 65 years old, elderly, and needs to work on mobility, if you have a man that is 25 years old and he wants to go into bodybuilding, if you have a girl who wants to become a track runner, and this is a trainer who has trained all 3 of them the same exact way, you have a problem. And I know a lot of y'all looking at me like, well, there's certain things they all can do. You're right, everybody should be squatting. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. However, Mima over here should not be working at the same intensity level as the track runner. somebody needs to if this trainer is training them all the same way, you have a problem. And what I mean by the same way is, if you monitor this trainer and you notice all their clients do the same exact exercises, every single one. If you see one dude sit up here like he's pushing the sled, he's on the Jacob's ladder, he's on the TRX ropes, he's on the battle ropes. Next guy comes in, she's on the battle ropes, she's on the TRX, she's on the sled push, she's on the Jacob's ladder. They're not working towards your goal. They're working on milking the clock, and it's making you, and what it really is, they're going to give you those exhausting ass exercises that are pretty much going to make you feel like you're taxed. And it's going to keep your body fat and everything down. But if that's not your goal, something is wrong. Your trainer always should be helping you go towards your goal. If you're just sitting up here, if they're just sitting up here just milking the clock, taking your money, that's a problem. Your trainer's trash. Everybody, I can give you a million different trainers. And I can then guarantee you right now, if they ask you to train, if you wanted to work with them, sorry, I'm getting a little bit hype. If you tell them, how would you train Lloyd versus how you train me, they're going to tell you that how they would train me is not going to be the same as how they train you. There should never be a time, your workout routine should never be the same as the last person's, especially if you guys are two humongously different people. And if your trainer has been doing this, he's trash. 85% trash, unargument about it, give no fucks. On to point number one. Point number one. This is if your trainer is 95% trash. However, before I say what point number one is, this is only, your trainer is only 95% trash if, and only if, you have done all your checks and balances. If you have cleaned up your eating. If you have been drinking water. If you have been coming to the gym religiously. If you have been staying consistent with your nutrition. And you have not made any leeway in 3 to 4 months working with this trainer, your trainer is some trash. Once again, you cannot put all the blame on your trainer if you've been working out with him and then going home and not eating steak and cheeses. Yeah, I went there because I eat steak and cheese and I'm kind of fat right now. But that's my fault. That's my fault. So your trainer is not trash if he's been giving you a great workout routine, but you've been going home eating garbage and getting turned up every night. If you've been going home drinking water, not hanging out with your homies, making sacrifices, waking up in the morning to go run, or whatever you're doing to get to your goal, and you've been working on it, and your trainer has been giving you a shit workout, trainer's some trash. 95% trash. Yeah, I just do that. What y'all gonna do about it? So, if you want to know some trainers who aren't trash, DM me. I got trainers all over the globe. I really don't have trainers all over the globe, but I do have really great trainer friends I can recommend who are very knowledgeable and very skilled. If you're out Cali, I got a homie out there. He does MMA. If you're in Texas, my boy Randy Escobar. If you up in Pennsylvania Avenue, my man Nick. If you are in the DMV, I have so many people to hit you up with. My boy Beryl Randall, he used to train me. There's so many other trainers that you can definitely hit up. Just DM me, and I'll try to get you in contact with them, or at least talk to them. Even if you're nowhere near the area, they're knowledgeable as fuck. And after you slide on my DM about these trainers, slide into their PayPal accounts, because nothing's for free. This is Sim saying, have a great day. Don't pick shit trainers, and I'll catch you guys.